We're here to talk about Globe Home Protection. In our training class for the new agents who watch the videos, when they get to that part about home warranties, that's where they have to write in Globe Home. And so for everybody on video and for here in the room, this is Fred Payton and Janet Kerbrock.
Kerbrock.
Yes, and of course you know us guys. So.
Fred is the owner and president of Globe Home Protection.
Yep.
And I've known Fred for an awful long time.
Well, you
know,
mentioned
Longer than you know.
Fred, I was thinking about this. I actually had a warranty with you before I actually got into the real estate business. Because I insured my home in St. Petersburg in 1999.
Wow.
And then I got my real estate license in 2000, and I've had my homes protected with Globe Home Protection since 1999.
Wow.
So, thanks Fred, you've done a great job over the years.
We have a lot of realtors that use us.
For sure.
You know, they just maybe they don't. I mean, not just use us for themselves. I'm talking about for themselves. Like Danny. What was Danny's last name?
Danny Stewart?
Danny Stewart.
Yeah.
He doesn't give us too many from the clients, but he's got one on his house every year and his other properties that he owns.
Yeah.
So and that's just one example.
right.
So and he's probably pretty picky.
Well, if you have a realtor as a happy customer, then you get a lot of happy customers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just wish you realtors would place us with some of your buyers. Some more of your buyers.
You know what? We know since we haven't used Globe Home Warranty, actually none at all, because over the last 12, 18 months, the market has been so intense and competition so incredible that buyers haven't been asking for anything.
No.
And not a lot of agents give away the farm, but it's a nice gift. It is a nice gift to give a new home buyer a home warranty.
Especially at the like I sold my house,
table, right?
and the closing table, instead of a cheap bottle of wine, you give them a really nice warranty. You know, and because it's a lot of money that they've had to, like me, I sold my house for, believe it or not, $500,000, and 490. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, yeah, right. A lot of people may not well in the sale.
And because this market is just unbelievable. It's just fantastic.
Well, we are coming into a shift, or I should have already in it. Alexa, pause. There we go. So we're finding that sellers have to be a little bit more agreeable now. Homes are on the market a little bit longer. Buyers are fewer, and only because of the interest rates. So we're seeing that buyers can ask for a little bit more now, and things will start opening up again. But this is a good refresher for our agents here, because the subject comes up not a lot. And so for a lot of the agents, it's a line item in the contract. And what we want to do here is kind of update our material and educate our agents on what Globe Home Warranty is, Globe Home Protection is all about. So, take it away.
Okay. And I'm gonna let Janet go over bullet points of the warranty and the meat in it itself, but I just want to mention that, like Alan was saying, that the shift is changing a little bit, and maybe a lot of agents actually are starting to say, I'm going to put a warranty on this. I need something to present to my buyer.
Sure.
And so what we've done, and we'll send this around to people, this is a social media post that we do. I'll tell you a little bit about this in a minute, how all the agents can get all really professional social media posts for their social media and content. We're going to give you content. If you want content, we have content. And a lot of agents are asking us for content. But here's an example I don't know, can they see this, you think?
Well, it's,
Yeah.
we're gonna send some stuff out
Yeah,
afterwards as a follow-up.
this is an example of a
Right.
post that we sent out. That's the certificate that we're providing for the agents to present at the closing table, with that gift, with that valuable gift.
We have,
And so this'll be in a post we'll send you.
Nice,
And so if you want to,
an
yeah,
actual certificate, right.
Yeah.
so if you wanna, go ahead and
yeah, let's go through the bullet points here.
bullet points and then.
Okay, so Janet, Globe Home Protection has been in business for 24 years, right? And it's 32 different states we're in. So we've got reps in different areas, you know, Maryland, there's Texas, there's Chicago, and a lot of them. So, you know, it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
And how is Mark doing? Doing good.
But this is home base.
This is home base.
Yeah, this
Right.
is
Florida's home base.
Florida is home base, so we have a lot of agents that use us here.
Have you met Mark?
Yeah,
Mark?
I had lunch with him once
Oh,
in
okay.
Maryland.
Okay.
So we do have the broadest coverage for the best price in the industry. So compared to American Home Shield and all those other guys, and they're very good companies, but you know, when you're looking at what we cover and for the price and what they cover, that's, you know, by far a big difference.
There's no comparison, and when you compare the broadness of coverage, against price,
Yeah.
there
it's
just is
yeah.
no comparison.
Yeah.
I challenge anyone to bring me a product that covers more
Yeah.
for the money that you charge.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And if you guys get out you've got on the
Everybody
back
has
part of your,
a folder.
on the back part of the brochure,
For those online, we have these in the office, feel free to come pick
Yeah.
one up.
you've got everything in here which is covered, all the categories that are covered, you know, washer, dryer, things like that, or home appliances, air conditioning systems and such. So if you're looking at this and trying to figure out how that works, the Stellar plan is the top of the line plan. It's only $570. I mean, that's like the top of the
Yes.
line, and that's with that one's with $100, $75 service fee, and $100 service fee.
But also,
for them.
you could mention the discounts. We always give a discount if you ask for it. You know, we give you a $65, $75 discount. It's on our trifolds.
Well, that's the agent perks you're gonna get with that.
Yeah, just the promo codes. You have promo codes here, 2 promo codes. If you put Globe 13 on your promo code, or when you order the warranty online, you'll get an extra month of coverage. That's huge if your air conditioning works in 12 months and day one,
Mhm.
you know? Or also, Globe 65, you put on there, knock off $65 off of the price of the warranty for your client, and pass it on to him.
Yeah.
And so we've got, benefits like that.
Yeah.
So the price is actually cheaper than that if you use the codes.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
So in addition, so you've got your Stellar plan that starts out at $570, and that's with a $75 service fee, each service call. And then it goes all the way down to a 3-star plan. You know, if you're trying to buy something for your client and that's all you wanna spend, then so be it. That's still a great gift, as a closing gift to, offer them. So for $330, you can get the basic plan. Everything in here is detailed, so if you go, oh geez, is it gonna cover the washer dryer, is it gonna cover the plumbing? Everything here on the description pages will show, you know, Stellar, 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, so certain things that are covered in, you know, for all of them, and then there's some things that are maybe only covered for 2 things, and then, you'll see, it's very clean and simple. We also have a section what's not covered, so, you know, cause, I mean, good grief, there's so many components to each area that you could, you know.
right, like for instance, larger homes might have 2 air conditioning units.
Right.
And so if it's got two, there's a little check box, there's a little bit extra surcharge for
Right.
For two, we
duality.
cover two.
You cover two.
We
Oh, cover two is
It's the
standard.
third one that,
Okay, gotcha.
yeah.
Now, you also have a package for people who are listing, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
seller coverage.
So people who are doing listings, agents who are doing listings, you can actually for a small fee get seller coverage. So the last thing you want to happen is you go under contract and something dies and breaks during that time
During
frame,
that time.
and then the seller's on the hook for money out of their pocket.
Yeah,
when they
talk
could
about
be
that,
figured
Janet,
out.
what's the cost to the seller?
Well, they choose between the plan, right? So it's like they're choosing between the options. And if they're choosing to do a seller coverage, then they're buying it for that whole year. So if it's gonna be the stellar plan and.
Is that the way it works?
So they buy ahead of time for the whole year?
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
it's not like, oh, we're just doing it during that phase of a month or 2
Yeah,
months or whatever.
Your coverage for the listing period, and then it goes over to the buyer.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it-
okay.
So
And it's transferable?
it's what, yeah.
At the
it-
time of the sale, yeah.
Beautiful. Time of
Okay,
sale, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so,
So that can
Yeah, so
add,
still a year.
that can add value to a home. If you
Yeah.
know it's
Absolutely.
coming with a home warranty, for people who are listening, that can add value.
Right.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
Good.
because they're, the worst scariest thing is to move in day one and have, all these things
Now,
break
did I
and
hear you
everything.
say that there's a program that will give you an extra month's coverage?
Yes.
yes, that's just, all you have to do is ask for it, actually.
So if you added that plan during the listing time and the home goes under contract, the new buyer may get a full year's.
Well, no matter what, they get a
close
full
to
year.
Full year coverage.
No matter what, they get a full year.
Yeah.
The sellers is not subtracted from the buyer.
Oh,
It just.
So during the listing time, it's covered, and then the
Yeah.
buyer gets a full year?
wow.
Once
So-
that once it closes.
Wow, that's huge.
So there's-
Yeah, so I'm glad I asked that question, because that's more than a year's coverage.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the market, right? It
Right.
could be 2 extra weeks, or it could be,
Or 2
a
extra
month.
months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple months, or,
There's a couple things we always like to tell people about the seller coverage, and that's, it adds value and distinguishes your listing, from others on the market.
Sure.
So, and also it reduces the seller liability, provides protection for post-sales disputes. And so it's a good thing to put on a seller. And then it's available during the listing period, the whole listing period, well, 6 months. If your listing period is longer than that, you call up the office and get it extended at no charge. It's just, we extend it.
and they can put it on their for sale sign too. I mean, if they're
Yeah.
creating their own,
Yeah.
their own signs, warranty, like for sale, and then, home warranty included or something, doesn't have to be, say
Sure.
who or which one or whatever, but that's kind of a cool thing.
That's a great
Or
program.
just
Wow.
any of their advertising, if you're doing postcards and stuff, which we'll talk about all that, you could always do that, if you know you're going to offer that, I mean, it can't go wrong, it's like giving the gift ahead of time.
In a competitive market, it gives you an edge.
Right, rather than, what did I get, like a fruit basket or a bottle of wine or something, like.
That's what I
thanks
got out of
for-
bottom line.
Thanks for buying. Actually, this last thing, I don't think I got anything, because I bought a new house, and we bought from the
From the builder.
builder and stuff, but it worked with a specific agent, and I remember Kim was like, oh, I'll come by and see your place. Yeah, I'm like, bring me a bottle of wine or something already. Oh,
Don't come empty-handed.
gosh, I tell you what. So,
We got a question over here.
What's the plus sign by the stellar?
That's the expanded coverage for the stellar plan.
mhm.
That's, if you see all these plus signs, that's the stellar coverage, which is very broad, but then we add to that. We have, whenever you see in the contract here, the plus, it adds more to that. Let's say, for example, let me see here. Plumbing system is a plus here, okay? We come over here to plumbing, and Okay, plumbing. Coverage, and it tells you what the coverages are, and then if you see their Stellar plan, enhanced coverage, that's the plus. If you buy the Stellar, you get not only everything before that, but you get, instant hot water dispensers, faucets, hose bibs, shower heads, arms, toilets, shower head arms, and toilets, replacement, of not a builder standard, but up to, like quality of up to $500. You can get $1,000 toilet nowadays. But we'll cover up to 500 with the extended. Well, builder standard, is every other, warranty coverage is a builder standard toilet, but with that Stellar, you'll get up to $500, toilet, you know, if you get the Stellar. So Stellar adds a lot of little things like that. Whenever you see a plus like that, you go to that area and see what else extra it has. Okay? And, go ahead.
I was gonna say, we also have the electronics plus plan, which is an additional thing you could add on. And that's really cool because it covers 25 items in your house. And one thing being the cell phone, let's see, your cell phone plus 25 additional items. And even Alex said, it could be a fur coat. It doesn't have to be an electronic. It could be, let's say, obviously your stereo, your speakers, stuff like that.
It almost replaces, renter's insurance. Because it covers, you just give a list of all your clothes, it's covered.
Whatever, yeah.
You know, it's pretty amazing, this little package.
But what's cool, and I had forgotten this, is that you can change it out. So let's say 1 week, you've got, you know, your 25 items, and then all of a sudden you're buying a new speaker or a new whatever. I mean, you could change it out and say, oh, you know, I don't need this, I now have a new speaker set or a new turntable or something.
Right.
You know, you could change them out. So you can change them
Just
out as
list
often
it
as
on
you
the
want.
website.
But you could only have those amount of things.
Oh,
So,
okay.
What's the cost of the,
168, I wanna say, let's see here.
for
Yeah,
a year?
168 a year,
Yeah.
and it covers
It covers your cell phone?
it covers
Oh,
your
yeah.
cell phone plus any 25 personal items.
That's very interesting because I just, purchased a cell phone and took out the insurance, which is $18 a month.
There you go.
So if you multiply that by 12, but I'm paying that for as long as I have that phone. So if I buy this program, not only does it cover all the electronics in my house, it also covers my cell phone.
Yeah.
I can cancel my cell phone coverage with the cell phone company,
Right,
and I get the same coverage?
if you buy that option.
I would take care of them
Yeah,
just to make
you're-
sure, because
yeah.
of your, I
Makes
would make
sense
sure.
to me, doesn't it?
Yes,
It does.
it does.
It's pretty amazing, actually.
It is. I'm really surprised.
Yeah, so that's super.
I was talking to somebody on the phone the other day, they were talking about their program with their iPhone, Apple, I guess. They're paying like ridiculous amounts of money for Apple, for repair coverage, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is there a
Yeah,
deductible, Fred?
Huh?
Is there a deductible?
No?
On electronics plus.
What is
Yeah.
there?
Oh, no, sorry.
Deductible
99.
and coverage
Oh.
limit
Yeah,
varies per
$99,
item.
right.
It could be 29 to
Since
99
29 to 99.
per
Yeah.
claim,
Yeah, my
per
bad.
claim.
Accidental
On the
damage,
phone's
phone
model.
parts and battery
Right.
failures,
Yeah.
theft,
On the model,
you
right.
get something stolen, that's cool, up to $2,000 per claim.
Wow. And so basically, all the agents get an online portal. They go in, all of this is available, it's
Yeah.
all up to date, so they make sure they get the latest pricing, the
Right.
latest coverage, everything's there. And the ease of actually putting in an order is, I've done it.
Yeah.
It's nice. Now, do you also still, the agent becomes a kind of a de facto inspector for Globe Home Protection?
Yes,
And you still pay a
Okay,
stipend
yeah.
for agents who,
right. According to RESPA, if you want administrative fee, commission, you can't have one just for referring a warranty. You have to do two things. You have to have an agreement with the warranty company, and you have to do something other than a referral. Okay, so what we have is we have an appliance inventory, we call it. And it's done when you place the warranty on there. And it's drop down. It's really simple. You don't have to have the serial number, you don't have to have, you just tell us what they got. They've got 2 refrigerators. One is in the kitchen and one's downstairs, or one's in the garage. That tells us a lot. Because you get the coverage for the one in
The main one.
the kitchen. If you wanna cover the one downstairs, you gotta pay an additional fee, small fee, but you have to pay the additional fee.
Right.
That is actually helping us with different, also it weeds out some fraud. If people are trying to do, to get money out of, that they really shouldn't have. So that little sheet, is now, an agreement. You sign it, we sign it, it's an agreement between you, and us. And so that's a contract. And so, RESPA, has to honor that. Well, they can't come after you for taking that administrative fee if you'd like to take it. But of course, it's always up to the broker to do that.
We allow,
How much is that referral fee?
65 last night.
Yeah.
Right, 65.
So if you write a contract, you buy this as a gift. If you buy it as a gift and you get $65 back in your pocket, then that's a kind of a reduction. Or you can get the reduction right up front by putting in the promo code, the
And pass it on, you can
pass on the
Yes.
savings, absolutely. If you're doing
To
this
your-
for your buyer or seller, and they're footing the bill, if your seller wants to say, yeah, I'd like this extra protection, then they've got the Globe 65, you get a $65 reduction, and they're happy, which is really good.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about all of the things that you do for agents as well, on the marketing side, because it's just, it's just amazing.
Well, where's that, do you have that little flyer, the one with the certificate on the back?
How many pieces of marketing material do you do a month for agents?
Oh my gosh, let's see.
No, the flyer, the little flyer.
You still do the 300?
That's postcards, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want more,
I think it's like 250 or something, to be exact.
no, the new one,
What's happening?
we just had it. Maybe I left it over here.
This one?
I wouldn't say it's
No.
250, it
Grab it.
depends on their
Excuse me.
level, if they are, have brought in 1 to 5 or whatever it is, warranties, and they can get, say, 250 postcards or bookmarks you do now, or flyers. And so our full-time graphics person will work with you on that, and we would just basically do it online, like, okay, I'll order marketing materials, and if you're at the next level, you get 200 or whatever. As you click on what it is you want, you can upload your photo, upload your logo for the company, any message tagline, you might have your own little tagline, and they'll do a draft for you, and you get to proof it, and
Print them up, ship
print
them
them
in.
up and ship them to you, to the
You're talking
person
about the
who-
paper,
yes.
the
Yeah.
paper one,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
It's great.
You can get this flyer, when you pick up your kit. And it tells you about, we call it the, Top Agent Rewards Program. And, it tells you, what we do for you, we wanna help you sell. And, if you sell, we sell. So, basically, we give you free custom posts for your social media. What is that? Okay, also content. What we'll do is we'll create a post for you, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want, and we'll put your graphics, your house, whatever, or you don't have the graphics, you just tell us what you want. We'll put up together a nice posting for you, and you can use it anywhere you want. I'll show you an example of that. Well, this is one example. That is the, let me see here. is that's,
Oh, the certificate.
that's the certificate. There's another one, let's say you want your buyer to know what's available in, when the warranty, or maybe you're gonna give them a choice to which one they want. Here's another, let's see, that would be, choose the level. Here's again, you could send this to your,
So it's content with an attachment
yeah.
and a little video.
Yeah, and it'll show your buyer, what, and it'll explain to your buyer the different levels of coverage. And in an interesting way,
Mhm.
or you could even put it on your Facebook or whatever you want, share it however you'd like. But for example, that tells you all of them. This 3-star plan, Globe Home Protection, includes many levels of coverage designed to meet the needs of your clients. Starting with basic plan would be the 3-star. That covers the home systems such as the HVAC, plumbing and electrical systems. Price is just $330. That's a lot of coverage.
Sure.
HVAC, electrical, it basically the only thing it doesn't cover is the appliances.
So, and which you can upgrade and get appliances
Or
covered.
you go to 4-star. That's another choice. 4-star additional coverage for full kitchen appliances can be added by selecting the 4-star plan for $425. It's 5-star. Upgrade to include washers, dryers, and garage door openers, and roof leak repair as low as $470. So that's the 5-star. And then the stellar, go with the enhanced plan to give the broadest coverage on the market to include ultra premium appliances and extended coverage. Coverage in the highest limits of the industry for $570. Don't
And
forget.
if you use your promo code,
Yeah.
65 under, you'll look at it just
Exactly.
$505.
Yeah,
Which is a rollback to the prices back in what, 2018?
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's just $500 for the Stella
well,
plan.
we get a lot of requests. They don't even select a plan. They just say, my buyer or my seller is limited to $500.
Yeah,
You're gonna get the stellar.
sure.
We're gonna take care of you, and that happens a lot, and I didn't know that. I guess you know the details of that.
You write it right in the contract. And what I've been telling agents lately, because we need to redo our videos, it's on me, that they need to go to Globe Home Protection website and just double check the prices, because I know they're not $500 flat anymore. But if you ask for $500 or not to exceed, it's easy for an agent with the promo code to make up the $5 difference and still get the Stella plan. So
Yeah.
that works out pretty well.
Yeah, and so anyways, what we'll do is we'll do a social media piece for you. We have a really professional girl, her name is Lamari. She loves doing this stuff, and it really shows in her work. I think you've seen this, she shows in her work, she just really.
We've seen this stuff before.
Yeah, and she'll do a nice piece for you individually, as an agent. Use it, spread that thing out,
So how do we
Sure.
do that? We go on the Globe Home Protection website, just like many other tools that our agents use. You go on, you create an agent portal, you can upload your photo, put in all your information, and you select marketing, and it puts you right in touch with the right people and what they have to offer. It's all right online, all of it.
Yeah, and
And I think one of the reasons that we're doing this meeting today is because a lot of times agents don't think about the importance of providing this kind of product for their customers at the closing table.
You know when they figure it out? When they get a call from their buyer 2-3 weeks after they just moved into the
My air
house.
conditioning
My
went
AC
out."
just died, it's gonna cost me $8,000.
Yes.
And you know what? If you bought them a home protection, they're gonna call you to thank you. Oh my God, this is wonderful. And then they get the option to renew it then every year after that.
There is, I believe, in your contract, something that says, I want a home warranty or I don't,
Yeah, it's in there.
right?
Oh, you mean in the listing contract?
Yeah.
I have
we used to have
double
that.
check that.
There
You
is-
Listing.
guys used to
Yeah,
have
there
those, I remember.
is.
But in the purchase and sale as is, you get the option to ask if the buyer wants to buy it, the seller, or it's not applicable.
Yes,
Yeah.
And,
and that's the time to
Right.
discuss it with your customer,
Mhm.
yes.
Would you, like, as far as the listing agent, would you recommend us to buy the protection or only if they already purchased the house?
as the listing agent,
Yeah, like,
Well-
if you're, like what I'm gonna do, like if I'm.
well, so a couple of schools of thought on that, right? If you list the house and for whatever reason it doesn't sell, in your listing agreement, you could make sure it's clear that that's marketing, because sometimes there's a cancellation fee or whatever.
Mhm.
But if it just doesn't sell and the contract just times out, then you're out the cost. What you can do is have the seller buy it. Now, do you get paid, you get paid at closing.
Yeah, closing. for
So the money
proceeds.
doesn't even go out of pocket
No,
until it
no
closes.
money out of pocket, it all happens at closing.
Oh, okay.
And it's $65 in Florida, to buy the seller coverage. And the reason it's $65 in Florida is they have a law that you cannot, give warranty coverage away for free. And it has to be, this much. They actually have a law.
Excuse me.
Thank you.
The Florida actually has a law about seller coverage.
So the answer would be, you could provide it for $65.
And guess what? If you do provide it, and the sale went through, you'll never see a bill from us. Or that it didn't go through, let's say it didn't go through.
Yeah.
You'll never see a bill from us.
Okay.
You'll never see a bill from us.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So this is, this is, something that we do for you. If it falls through, don't worry about it. You're not gonna get a bill.
Okay.
And because you know us.
So it's $65 for the seller coverage.
Yep.
And then
Is that
once,
paid up front or not?
No, that's not paid up
That's
front,
paid at
it's part of closing,
It's
it
gonna be
becomes
at
an
closing.
option at closing.
and then it's, at closing is also the money for the buyer's warranty.
Right, for the
That's
buyer's warranty. So basically, the seller is providing the warranty for the buyer,
Right up front, all across the board.
right across the board.
Okay, and the
And they get
agent,
covered.
the agent can certainly offer to buy that for their, as a, look, we're always looking for an edge, why should I choose you as my listing agent? Well, these are all the things I do for you, these are all the things I can offer you, and this is one of those items in your toolbox that you can put in and let's say, well, yeah, nobody
Right.
else is offering me
And we
that.
can protect your home
Yeah,
And give
everything in it
your
until it
seller
sells.
some liability protection from it.
yeah, so 3 months in, it's listed and all of a sudden something happens, you're covered. Now, there are, there's fees for visit fees,
Right, right.
depending on the plan you get, but still, it's a good insurance, it's a good insurance policy.
And then, so back to the top agent program. Here, we have a lot of realtors who are active on their social media platforms, and they know so much more about it than I do, right? But they're coming to us and they're asking for content. So what we're providing is content. If you want content for your social media, here's an example, okay? This is home insurance versus home warranty, all right? I'm sure that your people who come to your website would be interested in that. Say, what does that mean? And this goes and explains it in very simple terms, the difference between the home insurance and home warranty. So we are trying to work on content like that and any other things that relating to the real estate industry. Not just home warranties, not just insurance, but actually, we're looking for content
Things the
relating
agents
to.
can use, right?
Yeah, so you can get your content out there and get people to read you. And get, that reinforce that name, and reinforce.
Well, that, and it's like, hey, you can offer it, if you list with me, this comes, for free.
Yeah, and then, so the social media posts will provide you with that. Just ask for it, and give us an idea of what you want, and we'll provide it for you. And then complimentary co-marketing material, Janet touched on a little while ago. What is it, door hangers, postcards, that kind of thing?
Door hangers.
No more?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bookmarks.
Okay.
The bookmarks now?
Bookmarks, that's cool, because,
Oh, also mailers, they fit in a number
Yeah,
10
fine.
envelope, yeah. So if you're doing a mailing, do realtors still do mailings?
Some do,
I'm one of them.
yeah.
Are you?
I am.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because we teach, you know, they label it old school now, and this is what I explain to people. You can call it old school if you want, but let's just say you just helped your friend, you know, the whole weekend moving. And, you know, he sends you a text, thanks for helping me move. That's nice, or maybe you get an email, thank you for helping me move. But what happens if you go out to your mailbox and you get a handwritten letter, thank you, I really appreciate you helping me over the weekend. You know, which one has the most impact? And I know a lot of people, you know, they poo-poo the old ways, but, you know, I think people miss the personal touch now. You know, a handwritten note, you know, a visit to the front door instead of, you know, line phone calls and mass media marketing and all that stuff. So,
Do they, post office still have
bulk
The-
mail.
what is it called? Where you provide a zip code everybody,
Monday.
Yes,
every
Yeah.
day?
direct
Every-
mail,
Door,
Every
Every
direct.
door direct or something?
every door direct.
Yeah.
Do you, do
Direct
you,
mail.
do
I
you do
know, I
that?
don't, no,
No?
I target specific neighborhoods and homes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Well, yeah, we can actually, so we have tools in-house, we subscribe to the Radix, we can pull geo leads. So we can actually go to a neighborhood, pull all the information from all the owners in that area
Yeah.
and direct mail them. And sometimes we get phone information, stuff like that, so text, emails, things like that.
Oh,
So it's a good way to outreach, for farming neighborhoods.
okay. Newfangled ways of, with this geo fencing stuff.
Geo leads, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
That's-
So, wrapping this up, I think, you know, this has been great information for our agents. I think, we wanna thank Fred and Janet for the visit today.
Yes,
Welcome.
and the food,
They-
which people online aren't gonna actually get to enjoy any of that, so.
Oh, wow.
We can tell you about it if you send us an email.
What we'll do is we'll save it for you. See how it's gonna be.
For the next meeting.
Right,
But this has been really good information, I think very valuable. And, for those of you who aren't here today, really you should, pick up the information from,
yeah, we got stacks of these now, blue envelopes,
Blue envelope.
and, all the information's in there, and online, so, your website, globehomeprotection.com, right there, so you can go directly to the website. All of this stuff is downloadable and on their website as well, so, get your account set up.
most important thing is remember to offer or provide the insurance for your customer.
Can I mention one thing?
Yeah, and we got 2 questions and
Oh, real quick, you'll find on the app, if you're at closing, and if you want to, you could, I would always offer it to the seller and always offer it to the buyer.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yes.
Offer it to both of them. And if they don't want it, let them check the box and initial it that they don't want it.
opt out.
They opt out. And this is, it says basically decline coverage, I agree to hold the real estate broker and agent harmless in the event of subsequent mechanical failure, which would have otherwise been covered. And then the other one is you're authorizing that. Now, people don't think that means much, but we actually had a couple of problems in the state of Maryland where a furnace failed, right at closing, and they decided they were gonna sue the broker for not protecting them, and then that was a big deal. I don't know why, maybe it was a special furnace or special big house or that, but the lawyer came in, the seller and the lawyer came in for a meeting with the broker and the agent was there. And they were gonna talk about how we're gonna
Settle this.
settle this furnace deal. And the agent pulled out her piece of paper. I said, well, wait a minute.
Wow,
You
Ooh.
declined the
that's
coverage.
amazing.
And the lawyer said, let's go. So, you know, people don't realize the protection it does give you. And
Yeah,
it's
that's
worth
a good
it.
idea.
So in a listing agreement, when you're putting together a listing agreement, all this is digitally available. So you can pull it down and print it out anytime you want from their website and make it part of your listing presentation. And so when they're signing the contract, they can sign here, do they want to accept or decline? Now, with a listing engagement, you're talking about $65. It doesn't get paid till closing, and if it doesn't go through, then there's no money out of pocket. And if it does go through, then we're talking about the price of the coverage, the 500 and whatever.
Yeah.
So it's all money from the proceeds of it's just no risk.
Yeah.
It's zero
It's
risk.
paid out of the
It is.
proceeds of the sale, so they don't feel it.
Yeah, and if it doesn't sell, then there's no money out of pocket. So there's zero risk in this and everything to gain.
Yeah.
And this has been a good update for me
Agents
too.
should
because-
carry this when they go on a listing presentation.
It ought to be in every listing presentation, I think, that brochure,
Yeah,
so they know exactly what's available. You
Yeah.
know, and it'd be a great thing if,
I agree,
I
Fred.
just thought of something too. We also have the Spanish version available online. We don't
Oh,
have
that's
print
good.
copies, right?
no print copies right now.
wow.
And
But you
then-
can print it out.
Sure.
Go online,
Sure,
download
and
it, print
yes,
it
so
out,
I
email it to
looked
your
at it.
That's
customers.
why people
Tried to
send a
read it.
PDF.
Yeah,
And
beautiful.
then, can I mention one more thing?
Yeah,
We, as far as I know, it's still on the website, property manager, we still do the property management
Oh, yeah.
concierge. And so that is for, let's say you've got somebody that is buying rental property. It's almost the same coverage, but there's few little stipulations in there because it's a rental property. So you can have somebody that owns 10 properties and they can buy a warranty for it. It doesn't have to be a time of sale,
And
so.
let's say you have your own, stable of contractors. You don't wanna change contractors. You don't want Fred's contractors butting in on there. You don't want that. What you do is you give us a list of your contractors. As long as they've got, you refer them, and they've got a license and insurance, we'll take care,
Yeah.
we'll use them.
Not
Nice.
Uncle Bob, you
Yeah.
know.
Not Uncle Bob.
So
I get it.
we won't have, it won't have to be a major shift.
right.
You know, in
Yeah.
fact, a lot of people, actually,
Yeah.
property manager will call the contractor first and say,
Well, Fred,
Hey,
if you're
go
gonna
take
be
care.
that difficult to work with, I-
I did question.
So before we wrap up, couple of questions, we have
Yeah.
3. You had one?
I did,
Yeah?
yeah, I think you might have answered it, but is this coverage at the time of sale, like, or is there a time frame?
Well, the $65, if you buy the
Yeah.
sellers, that's once you go into contract
Yeah.
to list it, right? And you have to go online and register the home, so you have to get all the paperwork, make sure you have it
yeah, seller
diligent.
coverage.
So you get the seller coverage policy, you put that together, and you're good. At the time of sale is when the money will come out for the Stellar, whichever plan that you've bought, in addition to the seller coverage.
Okay, what about the buyer, like, say if I'm gifting it to a buyer, is it at the time or?
So right at the
Yeah,
time of closing,
time of
title
sale. You
change, yeah.
When you fill out your commission, you'll just say, hey, X amount of dollars to Home Partners, Home Goal Protection.
Okay, and so like if someone has a home that they purchased, months ago, they can't go on it?
No, they
Oh,
can't, they
sure,
can buy
yeah,
direct
sure.
piece.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
this isn't like registering at the time of sale. You can buy this as a gift anytime for anybody.
Oh,
So if you had somebody you sold a house to earlier this year, and you went, you know what, Merry Christmas, it was a great year, and you put them on a plan, they're good.
oh,
But at that time, you'll pay for it with a credit card or whatever,
okay,
because it will already be.
okay,
And so there's no, that's all.
thank you.
You had one?
So my question is, the property does not be necessary for the market. So like you said just now,
Yeah,
somebody that already bought,
sure.
Yeah, we call that a
Alan buys
direct
one every
piece.
year.
We call that a direct piece, and, you can pay for it, annually, or you can pay for it monthly.
Oh,
We have
nice.
people come in and buy
monthly,
monthly.
for real, that's great.
So 500 and change, right? Split out over 12 months or 10 months?
12 months.
12 months.
Yeah, I think the average, direct piece that we sell is, $48, $60
Oh my
a
God.
month.
Yeah.
It's really good coverage, cause we just, and we get people all the time coming over from American Home Shield. They say, well, I'm paying my $85, my $89 a month, and we go, whoa.
And they're not getting,
Why?
they're not getting all the coverage that you're getting with this plan.
Exactly, they don't cover, the roof leak, they don't cover, and this is supposedly the big gorilla.
Right.
They don't cover a lot of things, but I think that a lot of these companies that are big gorillas, what they do is they take hundreds of thousands of dollars and use it in marketing.
Mhm. That's how they become big gorillas.
That's how they become, yeah.
So it's not by service, it's just by marketing.
It's by buying, Choice has grown over the last couple of years.
Mhm.
They put well over $100 million a year in marketing.
Yeah.
And that's how they grow. American Home Shield's been around for so long, but they still put, American Home Shield, I think they do over $1 billion.
I'm from the tech industry, right?
Uh-huh.
And so we always laugh, same thing, Bose was better sound through marketing. Cause Bose radio, everybody knows who Bose is, but they really are not the greatest.
I have those.
I do too, they're in cars, they're everywhere. Gertrude, did you have a question before we wrap
I
up?
just need a clarification on the plans. Like, you see how it says $75, $100?
Those are your co-pays.
Those are the copay?
Yeah, those are the
And-
copay.
So you get, so anytime you have a service call, service visit, there's an amount of money that has to be paid out of pocket.
Okay, and they just choose whichever plan they
Yeah,
want.
it's a $75 or $100.
Okay.
And most people, of course, go with the $75.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, they have to be paid to the contractor when he knocks on your door, yeah. Like a deductible.
Exactly.
Service fee.
Service fee. If somebody's gonna come out to the house to look at something, it's,
Cost of gas.
now, but that is credited if there's a repair, correct? So if there's a repair, or that's just.
So we pay for the, we're not, we normally don't do it the way some warranty companies will actually let you pay for it,
Oh,
and then pay you back, and subtract out of money and stuff like that. But what we do is normally, in our normal course of business, we pay.
okay,
You pay that and then nothing.
we pay the 75, you pay.
Right,
Okay,
yes.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Thank you,
You're welcome.
Thank
and
you.
thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed the food, and,
Take